The shocking truth about birth control and nutrient deficiency. You're doing everything right, eating clean, taking your vitamins, trying to feel your best, but something's still off. What if I told you your birth control could be quietly depleting the nutrients your body needs to function at its best? Today, we're talking about the lesser known but hugely important connection between hormonal birth control and nutrient deficiencies. If you've ever struggled with fatigue, mood swings, hair loss, or low libido while on the pill, this one's for you. Birth Control 101, what you weren't told. Hormonal birth control, like the pill, patch, ring, and even some IUDs, have helped millions of women avoid pregnancies and regulate periods. But here's the truth. These methods do more than just suppress ovulation. They also alter your gut microbiome, affect liver detox pathways, and most importantly for today's topic, they deplete essential vitamins and minerals your body needs daily. And chances are, no one ever told you that when you were handed that prescription. I get really frustrated when women come to me and they tell me that they're not feeling right and they've been on birth control for years, and nobody ever told them that being on specific birth controls deplete specific nutrients, or being on the Paragard copper IUD, which a lot of women do because they don't want the hormonal birth control, they want something else. So the Paragard has a bunch of copper in it. Well, if you're on a bunch of copper, you should also always be taking zinc to offset that copper. I see too many women that have breast cancer and different types of cancers because they have copper excess. So let's break this down. Studies show that hormone contraceptives lead to lower levels of B vitamins, especially B6, B9, folate, and B12, needed for mood regulation, energy, and brain function. Magnesium, critical for stress response, sleep, and muscle function. Zinc supports our immune system and hormone production. Vitamin C and E, these are antioxidants that protect cells and support skin, immunity, and aging. Selenium is vital for thyroid function and detoxification. CoQ10 supports mitochondrial energy and cardiovascular health, and it's a great antioxidant. So when these are depleted slowly over time, symptoms creep in, but they're often just blamed on just getting older, being stressed, or being a woman. Have you ever heard any of these? Symptoms you might not connect to your birth control, so let's connect the dots. Feeling anxious or depressed out of nowhere could be B6 or magnesium depletion. Your hair's thinning or you have brittle nails, think zinc and selenium. You're getting frequent colds or brain fog, possibly vitamin C, B12, or folate issues. Maybe you're experiencing fatigue or burnout. Could be magnesium, CoQ10, or B-complex depletion. Many of my patients are shocked when we run labs and discover how low their multiple nutrients are, all while taking birth control. So why do these deficiencies happen? Hormonal contraceptives increase the liver's workload. They're going through the liver to get detox from the body. This enhances phase 1 detoxification, which consumes more nutrients, especially antioxidants and B vitamins. They also impact gut health and microbiome diversity. So if you've heard of leaky gut, these can impact that situation and make leaky gut worse. It's harder for the gut to absorb nutrients from food. And because birth control is also associated with long-term use, these imbalances accumulate through year after year. There's so many women that have a side effect of depression while they're on birth control. And, I believe through leaky gut and hormone and nutrient imbalances that this is a big side effect for women. So what I typically recommend is if you're currently coming off of birth control, I highly recommend doing a full hormone panel. I test this with my Harmony Within patients. You can get that kit on selectbalance.com. But I like to check B12, folate, red blood cell magnesium levels, zinc and selenium levels, homocysteine, which indicates B vitamin function, hormone panels, especially if coming off birth control pill, because we want to re-regulate the cycle. Because when you're on birth control, you're not having a true cycle. It's kind of just like a flutter of hormone response. You're not having the big dips and patterns that we normally see with a real cycle. So getting off of it can be especially difficult for some women. Then checking CBC, CMP, your iron panel to make sure there isn't deficiencies there, vitamin D, and more. I often pair lab testing and symptom assessment to build a full picture for my clients. And then when we replete nutrients that are lost and balance hormones, women start feeling like themselves again. A nurse practitioner with over 11 years of experience, I've helped hundreds of women balance their hormones. And I think the most common sentence I hear is, I don't want to be on birth control, but I've been on it for so long, and I once tried to get off of it and I had horrible acne. Or I also hear that they're using birth control because they never were taught any other methods. So if a provider has ever thrown birth control at you without telling you other options or without recommending supplementation to offset deficiency, get another provider. If you're on birth control and not ready to get off it for any reason, I highly recommend taking a high-quality prenatal vitamin from Select Balance, which includes methylated B complex, magnesium glycate at bedtime. And if you have a Paragard IUD, make sure you're taking zinc daily. Include CoQ10 in the mix, especially if over 30 years old, and for antioxidant support. Load up with whole foods with antioxidants, and also don't forget about your gut. Support probiotics, fiber, and possibly digestive enzymes to help with absorption. Again, this is a lot, so I say really work with a practitioner and know that it's really feasible to get off your birth control safely and feel good doing it. I've helped hundreds of women that have said, I've tried getting off of it and I can't. And they have been able to get off it because they are also healing their terrain, their environment up their body while getting off of it and not just cutting it cold turkey. We've recently stopped birth control, the critical window to support rebalancing. This includes making sure your detox pathways are supported and open, lymphatic movement, Epsom salt baths, castor oil packs over your liver and your gut, sweat, sauna therapy. Make sure you're having daily bowel movements, that's really important, and liver support. With hormone support, I recommend testing your sex hormones between luteal phase of your cycle around days 19 to 21 to help support your body. If you haven't had a cycle yet post-stopping, which can be common for months, I recommend getting your labs done at any time of your cycle and working with a knowledgeable provider to help you guide your body back into rhythm. Introduce the nutrients that I mentioned earlier. Track your cycle to see where your body needs. I love using, it's called My Calendar. It's a free app. I just like to put my start date in, my end date, and then it gives me how many days between my cycles. And then I can kind of look, since I've been tracking for years, how long is my average cycle and when am I ovulating? So it can predict things like that. So then when you're getting off birth control and you're looking for other contraceptive methods, one of them can be looking at your fertile window times and, avoiding or taking extra precautions during intimate times. Women experience a hormone rebound after quitting the pill. This can include acne, mood shifts, or irregular cycles. That's your body's recalibration period after many years of suppression. You deserve to make informed decisions about your body. Whether you stay on birth control or transition off, knowing the nutritional toll empowers you to prevent long-term depletion and stay vibrant. Want to know what specific labs I recommend or how to start safe off-ramping from the pill? Let me know in the comments or visit thehealthypractitioner.com. Leave a message. I will respond to it live on here. And join my Harmony Within program where I take you on a 12-week journey to a whole body healing. Please like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who could use this. Until next time, thank you.